Joe, it's truly an unimaginable quarter that I will remember forever, that in the middle of this awful pandemic, we as a company produce our best quarter ever. And here were the drivers. And we talked about it back in April. We heard a major shift in demand from consumers towards personal mobility rather than shared mobility. They want their defined space. So we saw that the demand was there. And of course, the factories were closed with new. So even though there was a lot of discussion that the used market was too risky, we went out and bought a lot of pre-owned and said, if customers can't get new, this demand is so strong, they'll switch to pre-owned. And that's exactly what happened. And we managed our margins around those shifts very, very well. The next major shift was demand to do business digitally. And as Joe, you and I talked, we've invested extensively in that capability, and we were prepared when the moment came. And we were taking cost out with digital capabilities, and now we had a moment where we could take a big step. So we dramatically reduced our costs during the second quarter, and it's sustainable and will go forward. The final demand from consumers was safe environment. And I have to say, we went out and secured masks for our employees late March going into April, that we were at the point by mid-April that we mandated all associates will wear a mask and we will have social distancing in all the stores, and the company provides new masks on a regular basis. And this combination of demand for personal mobility, being prepared for the digital shift that came very rapidly, and I think being ahead of everyone, saying, you know, the mask is the key to keeping everyone safe, all contributed to just a truly remarkable, best ever quarter.
It's like you were almost leveraged, I think, because I remember this a couple years ago, there were a couple of earnings reports where you had to explain that you were investing a lot of money. You remember those, Mike? And it was you're investing in digital stuff, and then all of a sudden there's this. So not everyone comes into a showroom anymore, right, to buy a car, and they don't need to.
So, Joe, I would describe it this way: they want to do as much as possible digitally, but they still prefer to come in and finalize the transaction in person. Do a test drive sometimes or switch colors or whatever, but they want to do as much as they can digitally. And you have to know what they've done before you come in if you're going to have a constructive conversation. And with our digital platform, which we invested in and paid the cost to invest in, we now have a 360-degree understanding of our customers from coast to coast. If you buy a car in California for your daughter, but you yourself walk into Miami the next day to look at a Mercedes-Benz, we know exactly what happened the day before on the other side of the country. And we now have analytical tools that then can analyze this 8 million customer base, where we see your entire relationship with us over history, and just manage it in a remarkable way. So we were fully prepared for the inflection point that came, and I don't think it's going backwards. So we've taken cost out permanently. So now we're on the other side of the mountain that we had to climb, where we're now more efficient because we invested before.
Mike, what's the product mix? It's still SUVs and pickups, and you said pre-owned, but what are we talking about? What do people want?
Wow. America love affair with the truck is not going to change. It's trucks, trucks, trucks. And pickup trucks were the least impacted vehicle through the whole pandemic thus far. America loves to be in control. They love the high seating position. They love the utility, and they love the panache of a truck. So trucks are like 70% of the mix.
You ready?
And I don't see that. I don't see that changing.
Now
we're short of trucks, especially on the new vehicle side, because the plants have been closed. But as Phil has said, they've restarted. We expect shipments in July to be about 75% compared to last year.
You ready to hand it to Elon Musk yet? That he's quite a visionary or something. I mean, you believe what's happening with Tesla?
Well, I think the stock price is insane. The valuation is insane. Now, I'll give it, he's got a great brand, he has good products. But he has a business model that still remains very dependent on the government. Let's not forget that. The government pays his sales incentives. Every manufacturer wished they had that deal. And with this clean air transfers from other manufacturers to Tesla, which I think was like 400 million last quarter, well, that's not going to last forever. It's not sustainable, in my view, because every manufacturer is bringing electric vehicles, and they're going to have zero-emission vehicles to meet these regulatory standards, and that's going to disappear from Tesla. Now, if he's making money and doing all this without government support, I tip my hat. That would be impressive. But it's not there yet. It's got a ways to go.